Assalamualaikum madam. So today I am going to present about introduction of drug abuse among teenagers. For your information, drug abuse is also known as substance abuse. Substance abuse, also known as drug abuse, is the use of a drug in amounts or by method which are harmful to the individuals or others. It is a form of substance-related disorder. Differing definitions of drug abuse are used in public health, medical, and criminal justice contexts. In some cases, criminal or antisocial behavior occurs when the person is under the influence of a drug, and long-term personality change in individual may also occur. Drug abuse has been described as an excessive choice to attain and use growing quantities of one or greater substance. Drug and substance abuse among teens is an international menace. Then millions of young are critically carrying out drug and substance abuse, posing a chance to the destiny generation. After that, we of the world over have now examined all styles of capsules such as cigarettes and alcohol to top capsules like cocaine, cannabis, and heroin. What drug files estimate indicate over 153 million and 300 million human beings, elderly people. The majority of adults with the dependency first experimented with pills earlier than they become 21 years old. It may be hard to inform the distinctions among the pangs of early life and real drug use. However, dad and mom may be protective in speaking to their youngsters to discover what is going on. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm the second presenter. My name is Nur Aishaira and my matric number is 2019-236-448. So today I want to present about the second topic, which is case chronology. First of all, drug abuse among teenagers seem to be a matter of concern to all countries, either in developing countries and underdeveloped countries. Second, the most affected are the youth in drugs. This is because they are easily influenced by friends and have a high curiosity. Due to this reason, they may become an addicted if there's no one is preventing or advising them. Furthermore, if they are all left out to become addicted to dangerous narcotics, it can lead to a slew of social ills. The experimentation among teenagers that get involved with drugs. The majority of teenagers with an addiction first experimentation with drugs before they turn 21 years old. The second point is by the time they reach the 12th grade, about half of all American teenagers have tried illegal drugs, and 1 in 3 people has consumed alcohol in the previous month. The next slide is statistic about drug abuse is based on the types of the drug that they use. In 1991, about 50% of high school students admitted to using marijuana. In 2019, the percentage was increased to 22% and nearly 37%. High school senior admitted to abusing hallucinogen by 7.5%, ecstasy 3.5%, cocaine by 4%, as well as methamphetamine, ketamine by around 2% and less. Tobacco smoking among teenagers in grade 8, 10 and 12. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, I am the next presenter and my name is Muhammad Adam Shahid bin Abu Bakar. In this section, I will talk about the issue teenagers drug abuse and addiction. Drug abusing teenagers are more likely to develop an addiction than adults. The distinction between drug misuse and addiction is critical. The teen brain is still growing. Substance misuse can have long-term cognitive and behavior consequences. For this slide, I will talk about why youngers or teenagers take drugs. Based on drug experimentation by teens, curiosity, peer pressure, stress, emotional difficulty, and desire to escape are all a common reason young take drugs. Now, I will talk about some of drugs that youngers or teenagers will take. The most prevalent drug misused by teenagers is alcohol. Teens are more prone to binge drink due to a lack of impulse control. According to research in 2014, over 20% of 12 students admit to binge drinking. Nearly 40% had consumed alcohol in the previous month. Binge drinking raised the risk of addiction in people of all ages. Other than that, marijuana users often began in their young. Most high school seniors believe that consuming marijuana sometimes poses no harms. More than 20% of teenagers say they have smoked marijuana at least once in the previous month. Prescription medicine is one of drugs that teenagers or youngers will take. Many prescription medicine have intoxicating effect, which is most teenagers are aware of it. This drug have a significant potential for addiction and high dangerous of overdose. Nearly 40% of kids who took prescription medicine got them from their parents' medicine cabinet. Over-the-counter drugs are almost abused by teens.
I'm the next presenter. My name is Hazria Nasuha and my metric number is 2019401212. I will present the next topic, which is how public relations react. Before we jump to the main point, I want to explain a little bit about public relation. What is public relation? Public relation is a term that encompasses the entire communication chain within a company. The public relation is an umbrella term that refers to the communication between a company and its parent audience. Some of their strategy for handling drug abuse among teenagers are provide information on drugs prevention program to local government. The first step is to identify the problem. This is a problem that has long been ignored by the society of today, which bring about the need for this article to educate and inform individuals on some way they can help prevent this from happening in their homes. One of these methods is to provide information on alcohol prevention program to local government so that they can establish program that will teach the children in the district about how drugs are harmful. After that, public relation is launching a campaign about anti-drug. The campaign must be started to educate youngsters about the hazard of various substances, including drugs and alcohol, and to assist them in living above the influence, as well as to reduce and prevent drug use among youths. The goal of this campaign is to gather support and motivate individuals to take action against drug usage. Additionally, the marketing campaigns aim anti-drug message at young elderly 9 to 18 years, their parents, and different influential adults. The message had been disseminated through a huge variety of media channels. This campaign activity include theater performance, poster making, seminar, and a variety of other activity. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, next presenter is me, Luqman. Okay, we continue with how PR react. Okay, next is influencer as role models. What is the relationship between influencer and public relation? Both influencer marketing and public relation allow to reach out to a target audience. Okay, a famous person, when he makes a statement about something, of course many people will see. In fact, it can spread very quickly, not only in social media, but it can also be spread in news, magazines, and so on. For example, Niloufar, Datuk Siti Nurhaliza, Fatah Amin, and others. Okay, be a role model to a public in order to eradicate drug case among young people. Influencers like them usually have a large following of followers. So when they do something like post or make a statement that drugs are dangerous, of course many people will support them. Okay, advise the public not to get caught in drug case. Okay, usually the public does like to listen to advice from influencers, especially in personal health. So as influencers, they can help curb the symptoms of the drug by giving them advice. Okay, last but not least is non-government organization. The fact that PR plays an important role in the efficient management of NGOs. Many NGOs come up with their own PR strategies. The importance of public relations in the management of NGOs is now accepted around the world. What they do? First, making drug-related talks. Okay, second is helping youth who have been caught up in drug activities. We know that the most active NGO in our country that helps the public about drug activities is the Malaysian Drug Prevention Association, Pemadam. Pemadam calls toward goodness and calls on Malaysians to value their life by avoiding engaging in activities that do not benefit themselves, family, race, and religion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Last but not least, I will present about conclusion of drug abuse among teenagers. These are the effects that teenagers will face, and all of these effects are related to each other. The first effect is psychological issue. Drug abuse had a global impact on drug-related mortality among youngsters, sometimes known as premature fatalities. Clinical evidence indicates that intense drug use has psychopathology effects before, during, and after getting treatment and undergoing rehabilitation. Second is behavioral issue. According to the slide, they are also more likely to make poor decisions, have more accidents, and even commit suicide. Drug and alcohol abuse can have a significant impact on a teen's physical health. Third is learning issue. Drug abuse can damage short-term and long-term memory and can lead to problems with learning and memory later in life. Fourth is brain damage. Drug abuse among teens can result in serious mental disorders or permanent, irreversible damage to the brain or nervous system. The example of brain damage they state in the slide also can impair the brain's ability to function properly in the short term, as well as influence the teen's physical growth. Fifth is car accident. Drug usage has been the leading cause of fatality in accidents involving teenagers who are either driving or simply having fun. It caused by driving under the influence of drugs, murders, unintentional overdose, unintended infections, and trauma. Sixth is disease. On several occasions, doctors and physicians have identified drug abuse as one of the major causes of the spread of infectious disease. 7 is addiction. Drug abuse generally leads to careless living, thus forcing individuals to engage in dangerous activities. Lastly, these are the treatments that can help the teenagers from drug abuse. Besides, parents also an important role in this situation,